Hey, if you receive value from this show, even if it's as small as the price of a coffee, please donate through the link in the show notes or go to over40fabulousandpregnant.com and click donate at the top of the page. Thank you for making this podcast successful. Welcome to Over 40 Fabulous and Pregnant. I am your host, Jamie Massey, and you're listening to bonus episode 2. If you're looking for pregnancy stories of women over 40, you've come to the right place. And today we are sharing a part of my story. If this is your first episode, it took us 3 years and 5 pregnancies for our rainbow baby using donor eggs. I am 43 and 5 months postpartum with our first child. So today's episode is part of that journey. Typically, we share women's pregnancy stories from start to finish, but these few episodes while I'm on maternity leave are a little bit different. Today, we have my good friend on the show to help me tell my birth story. You know, sometimes when I do these solo shows, I just feel like it's one long 20-minute run-on sentence. So hopefully she brings a little more fun to this episode. I have so much listener feedback to share. There is so much going on with many of you from the audience. Some good and some are still trying to conceive. But today's listener feedback comes from Juliana, and she writes, I have been following your story from the beginning, and you've been a true source of inspiration to me. I want to tell you that I'm 43 years old and 20 weeks pregnant, and somehow I feel I have you partly to thank. I will definitely write you a longer thanks and review, probably through your website. But please know that when the outside messages got really loud that it was near to impossible to conceive at my age, I turned the volume way down on all those voices and turned the volume way up on your voice and all of the women you've hosted. I didn't let a drop of negativity come in. I had to get really quiet and listen to my body. I made a lot of lifestyle changes and it worked. I got pregnant in January and sadly miscarried, but then got pregnant again in May, and I just saw my rainbow baby yesterday doing marvelously at 20 weeks. Thank you, Jamie. I am rooting for you and your sweet babe. I love this. I am so glad you found strength through loss to keep going, and now it's my turn to cheer you on. And I will be sure to leave any links that we kind of discuss in this episode in the show notes. And with that, let's get into the show. Hello, Chantal.
Hi.
Well, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
And Chantal is coming on the show. She is not a guest today. She is helping me tell the birth story. So she is kind of acting as a co-host for me. Chantal, will you tell them a little bit about yourself?
Originally from South Africa, moved around the States a lot, and 49, got 2 girls, 17, very soon to be 18 in a few days, whose main goal is to be an adult. Jenna, who is 15, and this typical 15-year-old girl challenges. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Living cold Wisconsin at the moment. But
So me and Chantal met at one of our jobs a few times ago, quite a while ago. And this was when I was moving from...
a few years now.
Yes. It was when I was moving from Dallas to Fort Worth, and I didn't know where I was going to live. And I moved a very short walk away from Chantal. And oh my gosh, that was almost a year and we had the best time.
We had so much fun. We had so much fun.
Yeah,
That was a lot of fun.
yes. But Chantal has not heard my story. She's hearing it for the first time. And are you ready to go?
Yes, do it.
And this show is so long overdue. The last show that I put out was called Overdue because I was over 41 weeks. And so that's kind of where we're starting off my story. Because my anxiety was through the roof. There was a few times where I was like, I'm ready to have a C-section. Let's just stop right here, go to the hospital and have a C-section because I was just so nervous.
So what made you not go to C-section route?
I talked to my doula and she kind of helped me off the ledge because my birth plan was to have no medication, birth pool, the whole unmedicated aura, a romantic birth in my mind.
Right.
And she said, Jamie, a C-section is not what you want. She's like, everything is fine. Because I was also going to the doctor very regularly or the midwives to make sure he was breathing. We were doing all the tests to make sure he was okay.
So sorry, just the doula versus the midwives. Where's the separation between those two?
So the midwife is basically kind of acts as my doctor. I didn't have an OB at all with my care.
Okay.
And a doula is extra. So she's like extra support for me that she's almost a sounding board, almost like a coach. She was in the birth room with me helping things. Even when I had the baby rotated in my belly, she was there with me. She was support for me. It's almost like, husbands sometimes they don't know what to do and how to help us.
Yes.
And she was kind of there to help him and also help me to just basically as another support system, making sure, also advocating for myself, making sure that all my wishes were kind of brought out in the birth room.
Okay.
Because it's totally different making a decision when you're on the phone talking to my doula than when you're in the birth room and things are happening
right.
Or I'm alone, that sort of thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the doula works with the midwife.
No, she works straight. She does she's worked so much with the midwives that they know her and she knows them.
Good. Okay.
But it's more like she's helping me. She's not really working with them.
Gotcha. Okay.
If that makes sense.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So she's helping you and helping everyone else around you to help you.
Right.
Gotcha. Okay.
Right. It's not like the midwives are saying, hey, Emily, go get Jamie this, go do that. It's just me and her talking, basically.
Okay. Gotcha. All right.
Yeah. Yeah. So we ended the last show with my appointment. It was a Friday. And the midwives said, Jamie, we want to induce you. And the earliest induction date was on Sunday. So Saturday, we went out to eat. We went to Saltgrass. It's like, we're gonna live this up as our last dinner, right? And we usually sit at the bar because it's easier, faster service on a Saturday night, right? And this chick, she remembers me, the bartender, because I always get a virgin mojito.
Okay.
She does it so well too. So it was a great Saturday night. Sunday, I woke up at 4 a.m. with contractions. And I'm like, oh yeah, this is happening. Little did I know this is like pre-labor. These are like nothing contractions. 20 minutes apart, 15, nothing consistent at all. And Emily, I talked to my doula She is amazing, by the way. I loved my doula. She was so much help. And she said, do the miles circuit, which the miles circuit is basically you're practically working out while you're in labor. And it's
no, thank you.
I was doing it. I'm like, this is terrible. And some of the movements, like you're on your belly, it felt like I was on my belly, and that was really uncomfortable.
I can imagine.
But it's like I did the stairs, like squats, different things. And I was like, this is terrible. It's supposed to, like, I think, help move the baby down.
Okay.
So
I wouldn't be able to get back up if I did a squat being 41 weeks pregnant.
oh yeah, it was very uncomfortable. I remember getting out of bed and I would practically hold my stomach and like help flip my whole body over. I was pretty big.
Man.
So we were scheduled to go to the hospital at 7. And when I talked to Emily, she's like, Jamie, you don't have to go. And I'm like, what do you mean? I'm told I have to go at 7, right? Our mind is like, I think whenever we get stressed, we just want to follow directions.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And she said, Jamie, you don't have to go because you're in labor. You can keep going and be in labor at home and wait for labor to really progress until you go to the hospital, which of course didn't even faze me to do that. And I think because I was so scared and so nervous and anxiety, I was like, I just want to go. Like, if I can get this over with, the sooner, the better.
Right.
And that's what we kind of decided was, let's just go to the hospital. And the hospital's in Mansfield.
Okay.
So it's a drive. It was like 45 minutes or something.
Oh, man.
But it's a Sunday, and a Sunday at 7 p.m. So it really wasn't too bad. But on the way, I'm having contractions. Oh, and what's cool is I downloaded an app for contractions. And so Emily could see how the contractions were going.
Well,
isn't that cool?
That is so cool. I definitely did not have that when I had my kids.
Yeah. So it would, I wouldn't have to have that communication with her. And, she could talk to me and already know what's going on. Wow. So we're on the way to the hospital and I'm like, I don't think I can do this. If this is like pre-labor, I don't think I can do this. Yeah. So I feel like I planted the seed already that an epidural would be okay.
Okay.
Like I'm already giving myself an out.
Right.
Before I ever get to the hospital.
Give yourself permission. It's okay.
We get to the hospital, check in, all that good stuff. Oh, when I got to the hospital, also, she checked me. I was only 2 centimeters.
That's painful.
And I was like, wait, I've been in labor all day and I'm still only 2 centimeters. That was so disappointing.
Right. That's when you get mad at your own body. You're like, come on, man. Why?
Yes, I was really mad at my body. Totally. My husband left to deal with the animals and stuff. And when he came back, he brought snacks.
Good man.
And he brought peanut butter M&Ms, which is my favorite.
There you go.
And I was like, those were like my goal. I'm like, I can't have those until after I give birth. Okay. Like, it's like a motivation. Like,
reward.
Yes. Yeah. A reward. That's a way better. And so the midwives, they didn't want to start Pitocin right away. Because the way they told me, they said Pitocin does the contractions, but they need something else to dilate the cervix before we start Pitocin.
Oh, okay.
Yes. And I didn't know that either.
What's something else?
Well, I talked to my doula before, like a few days before, because she knew this was always the plan. And so there's different kinds of medication. Like you can do it by medication, or they can physically like put a balloon in there to dilate your cervix. So it's like a manual thing. Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah. We've had a lot of women on the show do the balloon, and a lot of women are like, it was terrible. And some of them are like, it wasn't that bad.
Wow.
Yeah. So there was like
Never heard of that.
yeah, there's the balloon, there's like matchsticks. So all of those are like physical things to open up the cervix. And then there's also medications that you can do. And I chose the medication. Like it was just a pill that dissolved in my cheek. And I was like, it seems less evasive. And that's just kind of the route that we decided to go with.
Yeah.
And that was before my husband left to go home for the night. Cause it's like, nothing's going to happen. There was no reason for him to stay. And he had to deal with the dogs and the animals and stuff. So it was fine.
You're nice. I'd be like, no way. You're not going anywhere. If I'm here, you're here.
Well, I wanted to make sure he had a really good sleep for tomorrow. But I was also by myself. Emily wasn't there, obviously. It was the middle of the night. I was moving or in the bed or something, and I felt like a gush. And I was like, I think my water broke. So like I'm waddling to the bathroom, and I was wearing like a pad or something, and it was brown. And I was like, my water broke, and there's meconium in it. And I was really worried because I've heard a lot of stories where women, it's really bad whenever there's meconium in it. And we had 24 hours to get the baby out from other stories.
Okay.
And I had the nurse confirm. She said, yes, it was meconium, but she said not to worry. It's fine. I'm like, okay, that's not what I heard, but okay. And so
you trust in this stranger.
Yes, this nurse. But she assured me. So I go back to bed, and it's like, I think she was fixing me, actually. She was doing something, getting me back to bed. And I was like, hey, so can I have that epidural? And she goes, pretty much now. She goes, I just need to give you some fluids before we do it. But, just let me know if you want to do it. And I was like, yeah, let's go ahead and get that started. And it's like midnight at this point. And I'm like, I'm mad at myself, but at the same time, I really want it. So she did the fluids, and then in walks the guy to do my epidural. Oh my gosh, Chantal. This is like straight out of the ER show. He was super cute.
It's weird that what do you call the epidural was
anesthesiologist.
Yes, it was really good looking as well.
What a coincidence.
I swear they all do that.
I know. Like, you're in pain. You probably look terrible. And in walks like this ER model guy. And you're like, all right, this isn't so bad.
Yeah, McDreamy. So, but then again, you're in so much pain. You got to wonder if they look better than what they really do.
That's true. Maybe he wasn't that cute. Oh, that's funny. But yeah,
we'll keep him cute.
Yes. So he did that. And then about 2 a.m., the midwife came in, and she said I was good to start Pitocin. And I might have been like I think I was 3 centimeters dilated whenever we started Pitocin. And I called my husband. I was like, hey, what do you think? Everything's okay. Wanted to at least have a sane person.
Right.
Hearing what I was going to do. And I think I slept okay that night. I think I did. Yeah.
I think you'd remember if you didn't.
Yeah. Besides, the beeping and them coming in and out.
About as well as you could.
Right. So the next morning, my husband came, and then Emily came later that afternoon. And she was like, do you want us to do anything? Like, put down the curtains or anything? I was like, no, I'm fine. And looking back, I really wish I had set up that room. Like, I see other women like have it dark, have twinkling lights. And I'm like, I really wish I did that.
Okay.
But I slept all day.
Wow.
Like, I think I do that as a survival mechanism that I just sleep. Emily, yes. Emily had the peanut ball. Do you know what the peanut ball is?
No.
You have the exercise ball.
Yeah.
It's a big ball. The peanut is almost the same thing, but it's in the shape of a peanut.
So what do you do with that?
She put it in between my legs. Like I squeezed it almost like that, sort of.
Okay.
I didn't squeeze it, but she positioned it there in between my legs. And that was to help the baby move down.
Interesting. Okay.
And that's how I slept.
Wow.
And then every hour she would kind of rotate me in different positions, move the peanut ball. And then at one point I was like, I was in more pain. Like I was like, this is getting bad. I kept pressing the button and I'm like, it's not helping.
Right.
And Emily goes, Jamie, you're kind of pressing the button a little too much. It's like, but it hurts. And I was like, I would like more. So now here I am wanting, before I wanted no medication. And here I am like more.
You can't get enough. Just give it all to me.
Yes. Because some women are like, I didn't feel a thing. And I'm like, here I am having pain. And I'm like, listen, if I'm going to have an epidural, I want it to be good.
Right. You're lucky. Mine only half took.
That's what I feel like.
Feel contractions and pain on half my side. And then when I moved, then it seemed to move to the other half. But there was always one half that I could feel.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, this woman comes in, she gives me more, and I'm like, bless you.
I love you.
Yes. Thank you so much. So that helped tremendously. I think that morning I was 3 centimeters. So yeah. So I'm like, this is really silly. But I still, no, that was in the morning. In the morning, I was 3 centimeters. I forgot that part. And then about 4 p.m., I was 6 centimeters dilated.
Right.
I was really excited about that. And one thing that, you have to navigate is how do you communicate with your family?
Okay.
Like my sisters and my mom wanted to be updated with every minute, right? They want to know what's going on.
Right.
And at that time, I just couldn't emotionally, I couldn't handle updating someone in pain.
No.
It's stressful.
It is. I mean, you're already in a stressful situation, already going through so much. And now you want to put yet another thing on top of that. It's no. I mean, it seems like such a simple thing, but in the moment, it's too much. It's like, no.
Yeah. Because I'm thinking if I'm talking to my sister, I want to say, what? That's all? Or, I want to make comments, but then I'm thinking hearing those comments, those would stress me out.
Absolutely.
Going, well, it's not that, why isn't it going faster?
Right.
And, that would be something I would say. So I'm like, I can't. Emotionally, I can't. So took that over for me. And I really didn't communicate with my family until after he was born, which it was really actually nice and recommended, honestly.
Yeah, it's because it's your time. I mean, you want it to be your time. You're going through the whole process. You're the one in labor. It's a good thing your husband did it. You didn't have to worry about it.
I know. It was really nice. Yeah. So that was at 4 p.m. that I was 6 centimeters dilated. And then at 6 p.m., it was time to push.
Oh,
and
can't change your mind.
I know, right? It was such a surreal moment because you say, she checks you, you're like, okay, we're ready to go. And, you see scurrying around, like you're almost like looking everyone an outer body moment, right?
Right. Yeah.
And I was like, oh, okay. Like, wait, it's almost like, wait, are you sure?
Right.
Are you sure? Sure, it's time to push. Because, I mean, it has only been like 24 hours, right? We're less than 24 hours in. Oh, another thing I forgot to mention is my parents' anniversary was on July 23rd. And my grandmother's birthday was July 23rd, which I think it was Wednesday. And Sunday, I went into the hospital and I was thinking, oh, this is an induction. It's going to take days.
Right.
No problem. I really wanted to have my baby birth on their anniversary and birthday. I was like, how special would that be?
Right. Yeah.
So I was like, no problem. It's going to happen. And then here comes 6 p.m. and I'm like, oh, hell no. This baby is coming as soon as possible. There's no waiting. There's no waiting until the 23rd.
Right.
I don't care at that point. For sure. And I only pushed for 2 hours.
Wow.
And I guess I think you could have two extremes on that. I think some people are like, whoa, 2 hours. And other people are like, 2 hours is great. But in my mind, I want to say that 2 hours was great.
Keep it great. It's all good.
Yes. And Emily was so amazing. You know those ski ropes?
Yes.
Yeah. She had one, but it was very short. I was on one end, she was on the other, and we both tugged through the push.
Interesting.
Yeah. And so she brought different things like that to help me push.
Wow.
And, there was a nurse. And so let me describe who's in the room, okay? To my right is a nurse. And then in front of me is the midwife because she's down there checking and looking. And then Emily is kind of bouncing around. My husband is here on my left side. And Emily is like getting me a washcloth. She's getting ice. She's getting aromatherapy stuff. She was really amazing. And then here is this nurse. Let's call her Nurse Paige. Because she is right there gabbing about something you would talk about at the water cooler at the office.
What?
Yes.
Do you think she was trying to distract you from what was going on?
Oh, no. No, I think she was just, this is my job. She was talking to the midwife, talking about some BS at work or some other people. I don't remember. But I'm like, this has nothing to do with my birth. I almost told her to shut up.
Well, no, so it's like the sound of an annoying fly that won't go away.
Yes. I was so close to saying, shut up. Because, and here's Emily, like just all about me, focusing on me. I'm like, oh, thank God she is here because this nurse is like talking about God knows whatever.
Right.
Oh my, that was really,
that would annoy me. I'm sorry.
Yes. And then, I really expected to fall in love again with my husband when we came home from the hospital, right? Like watching him take care of the baby, that sort of thing.
Right.
But I actually fell in love with him again in the birth room.
Oh, the goosebumps.
He was just down there, like talking to me, saying, you can do it.
Oh, man.
It was so sweet. And like,
support, really.
It really was. And when it came time to push, I needed someone to count for me. I really needed that mental, okay, push, because I wanted to know that expectation of how long do I need to do this for?
Right.
And so he was there counting 1, 2, 3. And like, I took a hypnobirthing class.
Okay.
And threw that right out the window.
Okay.
They call it purple pushing, where you're like holding your breath and pushing, which is like your standard on the TV pushing.
Okay.
So I guess I find that was a little frustrating to me that I didn't do anything like that.
Okay.
but the counting was really helpful. And eventually they brought a mirror over so I could see.
Oh,
And
wow.
I think I wish I did that sooner because I needed to see. I was like, tell me when the head is out. Tell me when you can see the head.
Right.
Because that was kind of motivation for me that the end is near.
Right. Right.
Mm-hmm.
I would never even have thought to do that, really.
What, a mirror?
Yeah.
Oh, they have a big one on wheels that's like standard in the room. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Man, things have changed. Okay.
Yes. And I wish I took more advantage of that.
Mm-hmm.
So when I wanted to push way before they told me to,
Okay.
and they're like, because I could feel it. I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
is this epidural even working? Because I could feel the contractions like ramp up. And I'm like, I'm ready to push. And they're like, wait.
So was it the pain of the thing you're feeling, or was it the pressure of everything going on that you were feeling?
I would have called it pain.
Wow. Okay.
I think I would have called it pain. And I could feel it. And
Mm-hmm.
so they told me to wait. I tried to wait, and then I pushed through it.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I kind of think pushing kind of helped with the pain
Mm-hmm.
because I could concentrate on something else.
Mm. Your body's also doing something else at that point as well. So
Right.
yeah.
Yes. So finally, when the head was out, I was exhausted by that point. And I almost felt so much relief that they said, push again. And I almost couldn't. Almost couldn't. And so when he was coming out, also that last push, the midwife goes, wait. And I'm like, I am not waiting. Like,
I'm a bit pushy, lady.
I'm pushing whether you like it or not. And why she said no was because his hand was right by his head.
Oh.
So
okay.
I tore a little bit because his hand was coming out with his head.
Wow. Okay.
And so that's why I tore a little bit. So, maybe that's my fault for not listening.
I don't think you could listen even if you really wanted to at that point. I mean, you're so close to being done with everything. You're exhausted. It's just like, come on, finish line. Here we go.
Yes. It was just this exhaustion and relief. Like once she pulled him out and she put me on him, I think a lot of women are like, oh, I instantly fell in love with my baby. And like, I didn't feel that. And I feel a little guilty for not feeling that. Because
you have to wonder which one is really the norm. I felt so madly in love the split second I saw my baby. I mean, I didn't either. I mean, I loved her, obviously, but there was no like, this is just the love of my life. Like, it didn't happen that didn't happen that way for me either.
Yeah, I was just so exhausted, and there was so much relief coming from like, and the first thought out of my mind was, holy shit, I'm never doing that again.
Yep.
And they put him on me, and I was just like, I just couldn't believe it. I was like, oh my gosh, this really happened. I was just in shock. And I think it wasn't like I fell in love with him. It was more like, I want to see him. I want to get to know him. What does this baby look like? It was just excitement that for what's to come, I think.
It's also so much in awe. Like, what? Finally, after all this waiting, here you are. How were you inside of me? Let me look at you.
Yes.
It's like almost like more curiosity than, I love you so much. Here's rainbows and flowers kind of thing. I mean, there's that, but it's not, to me, I was just in awe. Could not.
Yeah.
Let me see your 10 toes. Let me see your 10 fingers. Look at your ears. Look at your nose.
Yes. There was a lot of like scurrying around. Like I wanted no cord clamping. I wanted skin to skin. Oh, that's another thing. Was like months before when I talked to Emily, I was like, hey, listen, tell me why these women are like butt naked giving birth. I don't understand that. At least, do they at least want to put a shirt on? Like, I didn't understand. And here I am in that birth room with my boobs everywhere, not, not caring about anything.
Yep.
I'm like, okay, I get it now. I totally get it.
You can go into that room with having some modesty, but in the moment when everything's happening, it flies way out of the window. You don't care who sees what's hanging where, what looks like. It doesn't matter.
Yes, that's for sure. So he's laying on me, and like, of course, all the nurses are like shaking him, cleaning him up, which I really didn't want either. So I found that I just because I feel like all that stuff is natural and it shouldn't be so quick. Like, if we're going to clean him up, we don't have to do it the second he comes out.
Right. Okay.
And then she's like, let's cut the cord. And then they rushed him away. And Curran is down by my head and he goes, everything's fine. He's perfect. And I'm like, of course he is.
Right.
Of course, he was laying right here. Everything is fine. And apparently he didn't look good, or they were worried about him. So that's why they rushed him away.
Wow. Did they ever say later, obviously, like, we were worried about ABC, or like, what was the worry?
I don't remember. I mean, he was pretty, like, I wouldn't say blue, but he was kind of dark when I looked back at the pictures. I don't remember.
Okay.
But they rushed him. And it's interesting, like, right before he comes, you can see the scurry of all these people running around. It's really interesting because that's how I gauged in my head how close I was. Because I could see, there's a baby nurse. There's a few more other people when it really happens. And then after they moved him, I could see like the midwife get like these bags. And I'm like, that's all the stuff that came out of me.
Oh.
Yeah. She said I lost a liter of blood because I think they have to weigh it.
Wow.
Yeah. They have to know like how much fluid and stuff came out.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I don't remember any of that. I mean, I'm sure things happened, but I could not tell you at all.
We did a lot of talking afterwards, and I think that's what helped me form this memory.
Yeah.
Having these like trash bags full of like liquid and all the stuff that came out at the same time.
See, you're good. I didn't even think about it. I wasn't interested in anything. Like, I'm done. Mom's job's done.
I don't know why. I just like, I felt like I wanted to know all that. I don't know.
Yeah.
And so she was stitching me up while they're working on the baby over there. And I was like, I could feel it. I could feel all of her stitching me up. I'm like, how long is this going to take? I'm like,
feels like an eternity.
It does. I'm like, my brain just needed an estimated time. Like, okay, I can handle it if you say 10 minutes, but I can't handle it if you say 30.
The unknown is the absolute worst, because I had that with Gabby. I had an episiotomy, and they had to stitch me from the inside out, and I could feel everything. And I'm like, all right, come on now. We have to be getting close, please.
Yes, it really takes forever.
Yeah. And it feels like a million stitches.
It really does. Okay. Oh, so if you look at my pictures, I look pretty terrible. And that's because my face was so white because the blood that I lost.
Wow.
Which I kind of find that interesting. I looked at myself in the mirror and I was like, I look like a ghost because of the blood I lost.
I guess your body just pushes everything down to the area that needs it the most. Is that what happens?
She said I hemorrhaged a little bit at the end.
Okay.
I don't know what caused that, but I hemorrhaged, and that's why I lost that amount of blood.
So what did they do for that, or why does that happen? Did they say? Or was it unknown why something like that would happen?
sometimes it happens. We've heard a few times on the show. I think there's extremes where they have to like go to the ER and correct it, but mine was
Wow.
minor.
Okay.
And I don't think it needed correcting. It was just a hemorrhage and
Okay.
really nothing more than that.
And did they do anything different for you after that happens?
They just watched me, and I think I stayed in the hospital an extra day because of it.
Okay. Gotcha. Okay.
Like they kept checking, I got a few more testings done just to make sure like not more like anything worse was going to happen.
Okay.
Yeah. And then, oh my gosh, getting up out of bed for the first time.
That's scary.
Oh my gosh. I'm like, I'm never going to be the same. How can I recover from that?
No. Yeah.
Oh, another thing I forgot to mention. Whenever they moved him over and they weighed him, 9 pounds, 8 ounces.
Oh my word. Oh my
Are you
word.
kidding me?
No.
I birthed a 9.5 pound baby.
No Wonder Woman, you really.
I could not believe that. Let me tell you, I think we've talked about my pooper issues.
Mm-hmm.
Let me tell you, when you are pushing down there, oh my gosh, my hemorrhoids were like, oh my God, they were gigantic. A gigantic. I'm like, I don't know if I'm ever going to be able to recover from this. I was more worried about my pooper than my vagina healing.
Oh no, I didn't even think about my pooper.
And getting out of bed. Oh my gosh. You're weak because of all the work. And then, oh my gosh, that
just feel like everything's going to come falling out if you stay. It's like you don't know. I was petrified. I was absolutely petrified to stand up out of bed. I'm like, no, I'm safe here. Everything stays in place when I'm.
Yes. Yeah. And speaking of falling out, I could not tell when I needed to go to the bathroom. So like I would lay in bed for hours and then I would get up, and because of gravity, I would just go to the bathroom.
Yeah. No control. Yeah.
No control whatsoever. And I think that really surprised me. Really surprised.
No, but nobody, that was also never mentioned to me either. It was never, there's so much after the fact that I wish I would have been given a heads up on.
Yes.
I know everybody's different, but just tell me, hey, listen, you could feel like this, or this could possibly happen, or this. I was not prepared at all. At all.
So after that, I moved rooms, which I think is pretty normal. You go from labor to like, I guess the maternity, whatever. But we moved rooms. That was a smaller room, that's for sure. Oh, and that next day there was just people, in and out of the room. Social Security, birth certificate, all of that stuff. I felt like I kind of the nurses weren't as great whenever I moved.
It's not the same mindset at that point.
Yeah, maybe it is just their mindset.
Yeah.
But it was definitely
before
different.
It's all about, I don't want to say you don't get care. It's not that. But before it all happens, it's all about making sure mom's comfortable. Or mom, how do you feel? Or, mom, what do you need? But now you've delivered your baby, and then it's almost like, yeah, okay, vitals. All right, what's next? Out. And I'm like, but also ask me. Pamper me a little bit more here.
I know. It's all over at that point. And like, there was a few nurses that came in and out. Like I woke up and he was gone. The baby was out of the room. And I'm like, oh no, I don't like this. I don't care if you have to wake me up or wait or something, but I don't like him not being in the room when I wake up.
So you didn't have him stay in the nursery and then they bring him in for certain periods of time. He was with you all the time.
Yeah, he was. He was with me all the time. And like, as a first-time mom, I felt like there was a few nurses that made me feel a little dumb. Like, I think I fed him or changed him and did something. I couldn't settle him back down one time. And so I was just like, I don't know what to do. And this nurse came in, swooped in, I can't talk, swaddled him and like left the room, like mad.
Mm.
And I'm like, you could at least like explain to me like
Right.
what you did, or, she's just kind of rude about it.
I think some of them just forget that this is a new mom. You don't know what you're doing, but to them, it's just part of their job. It's every day. They do this every day, all day kind of thing. So it's more of an inconvenience. Like, oh, fine, let me just go and swaddle this baby and get back to what I'm doing kind of thing.
Yeah.
I think it's so easy for them to forget what your position is.
Yeah. And even when it came to breastfeeding, I was like, I don't know what I'm doing, blah, blah, blah. And she can just express it yourself. And I'm like, what do I do? And so she came and she like grabbed my boob and squeezed it, and, stuff came out. And I'm like, why don't you tell me what to do instead of just doing it for me?
Right. Don't manhandle my boob. I'll manhandle my own boob.
Yeah. Like there's a few nurses that were not kind in that manner. And I'm like, I'm sure I reeked a first time mom the whole time.
That's normal. And I don't like that anybody, whether it's a nurse or a doctor or a lactation specialist or whoever, to make you feel less than in the moment. Because you're really so self-conscious of everything that you've been through. And you sit there in hindsight, okay, well, who did I flash my boob to? Who was in the room at the time? Who saw what?
Yeah.
At least I did. I started thinking about all of that after the fact.
Yeah.
And then to make you feel less than because you don't know how to swaddle, or because I struggle with the breastfeeding as well. And I was made to feel stupid for not knowing what to do. I felt like something was wrong with me, that my body wasn't doing what it was supposed to do, and that my newborn couldn't latch on and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And that's always made me so angry after the fact that anybody would make a new mom feel that way.
Yeah. And that first night, I'm like, what do you do? Because you don't have milk. You have colostrum, but I didn't know what to do. And we could not settle him. We just couldn't. And so we got donor milk in the hospital, and that finally worked. And then another time, like I guess the next night, I was like, can I have some donor milk? And I think I asked for it a second time. And of course he's crying his eyes out, and I'm like trying to walk and, settle him down. And this nurse comes in and she hands me the bottle and goes, it takes 6 minutes to heat this up, and walks away. And I'm like,
wow.
I'm like, I'm not upset at you. I'm just trying to soothe my baby.
Yeah. And it's stressful because you don't know how to do that.
Yeah.
I mean, the baby doesn't even know what's going to make him or her feel better at that point. They're just crying.
Right.
You got to figure it out.
Right. So there was a few times these nurses were like, not very nice. And maybe I was just that, I don't know, but they were kind of rude a few times.
Absolutely. It kind of makes you want to be able to fill out a little feedback card.
Oh, we did. We did.
Did you really?
Yeah,
good.
We did. Yeah, we did.
Good. Did anybody reach out to you afterwards after your feedback was?
No.
No?
No.
Oh, yeah, because they care so much, yeah.
Exactly. And then, so the day before we left, now I'm panicking because we haven't scheduled pictures. They offer a photo session.
Okay.
And then you get a few free photos.
Okay.
And so it's 2 a.m. and I'm scheduling for the chick for the next morning.
Wow.
So it's 2 a.m. and she's scheduled to come at 9 a.m.
Dang.
And, we need to leave the next morning. And she was great. She was awesome. Good. She came, with all the props, everything. She did the whole little session in the hospital room as we're like kind of packing up.
And that's a new thing. We didn't have that.
I think it is.
Okay.
I think it is.
It's really cool, really cool that they offer that.
Oh, yes. Yes. It was really neat.
Yeah.
And I was worried because I'm like, oh my gosh, she's going to cry the whole time. Uh, he was swaddled so tight and all those
Oh,
little things. He was sound asleep. Oh,
oh,
so
perfect baby.
cute. Oh. And then leaving the hospital, that was, I don't know, it wasn't as romantic as I expected it to be, but I got the wheelchair and I carried him to the truck, and that was really neat. Like the car ride home, I'm in the back
Right.
seat, checking on him. I still sit in the back seat sometimes.
Yeah. Were you stressed out at all? Because I remember I was. You drive too fast. You take it to corner too fast.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Slow
Of course.
down.
Husband did not worry at all. Here I am, like, oh my gosh, his cheeks are jiggling.
His head's flipping to the side.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Oh, and I think that's where we're going to leave off. That's where we're going to end the show.
Thank you for sharing. That was interesting.
Yeah, all these women are like, I don't have an amazing story. I don't think my story was amazing or unique really in any way. But it's like to have an induction and only have it be like 24 hours. I feel lucky. I don't think it was that bad. And do those feelings fade away of, holy shit, I'm never doing that again? Absolutely.
They do.
They do fade. They do.
As much pain or uncomfortable or war zone issues going on down there. It's amazing. And you start thinking that in one way you're thinking it way too soon. And your mind's like, are you nuts? Put that thought away. We are not going on that road yet.
Yes. And that, I think we're going to talk about it in the recovery episode, but like invasive thoughts, oh my gosh.
Right.
They kind of get out of control, like ridiculous things.
Very easy to get out of control. Yeah.
Well, Chantal, thank you so much for coming on the show. This was so fun.
Thank you for having me. It was a lot of fun. Thank you.
On the next episode, I will be sharing my recovery. And don't forget to see the show notes if you'd like to donate. If you like this podcast and want to hear more episodes. Thank you so much for listening. Have a great week, and I will see you on the next one. Oh, yes. One of her questions is do you plan to have more kids in your 40s, Chantal? Do you plan to have any more kids?
Never. No. Sorry. The factory is closed. We are not reopening for business again.
Yeah. Are your nerves like relaxed now?
I'm not white knuckling it anymore.